What's up, Internet Land, and welcome to another episode of the Petty Cash Podcast, where this magnificent podcast represents the last of the Petty Cash. I am Charles, your host for this week, and joining me, as always, are my good friends and co-hosts, Vinny, Joe, Danny, and Sabrina.
Woo!
How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Yeah, I had some nice food yesterday and had multiple houses, so yeah.
Yes.
Didn't have enough of it, though, in my sake.
Oh my gosh. So, just to catch everyone up, we are recording on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and
Just in case.
Yeah. What?
I said just in case.
yeah.
When's Black
And
Friday?
so, yeah, just in case anyone doesn't know. But, so recording after that, and we're recovering from our food comas. And are you enjoying your soda there?
Yes.
That's all right.
Thank
I got
you.
coffee, man.
Well, yeah, just like he cracks it open.
That's a good cracking.
Oh my
Oh, it's
gosh.
Pepsi.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we're recovering from our food comas and spending time with family and friends, and yeah, it was a good time.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of the holidays and keeping in spirit with all of that, today's topic is actually going to just be a kind of like a bit of a potluck, if you will, of all the different things that have been happening. Because we've taken a few weeks off, mainly because Danny was busy with his theater.
Mm-hmm.
Grease is still the word.
Yep. And so we just took a little bit of time off just to recoup and everything, and so it's just gonna be kind of open forum, what's been happening and what's been going on, and I think I'll go ahead and start it off with a little bit of something funny that happened to me a few weeks back. So, as I've told them, but I'll tell the listeners, I recently got a new position at my job.
Speech!
And I was all stoked about that. It's a promotion and everything, so that was really cool. So the day of that they were going to announce it and everything, because I'm going to be eventually replacing one of our guys that's going to be retiring, and the day of, they're going to announce it. I dress up, we're going into the office, I dress up, button up shirt, make sure, hair's done, everything. I'm like, okay, I want to look decent. And I step out of my condo. I'm on the second floor, and I look out to my carport, which is, just straight out from my condo, to see an empty spot.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. The horror, yes. And if anyone's ever had like their car stolen or whatever, you get like that weird feeling of like, wait, is this real? Is this really happening?
Am I dreaming?
Yeah, am I dreaming? Like, what the heck's
Someone
going
Chris
on?
Angeled my car.
Yeah, exactly. Where the heck is it? I don't see it.
What does it mean?
And so I end up, I go down there. My first thought is, okay, let me just call my boss real quick, let him know, hey, I'm going to be late. I got to deal with this. What the heck's going on? So I call him up, and I tell him, like, hey, I think my car's been stolen. He's like, it was what? It's like, yeah. So he's like, don't worry about it. Get that taken care of, and if you can come into the office later, it's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. So then, I call the police, and I ask them, and I say, hey, my car's not here. And they say, all right, let's look it up. Oh, okay. It's actually been towed. I'm like, towed?
Oh my
God. Yeah, oh gosh. And I don't know. Dare I say the name of the towing company?
Go ahead, yeah.
Sponsored by them.
All right. So she says, oh, it's at Metro Towing in Phoenix. And I was like, okay. So now the thought's going through my head of, why was it towed? I'm like,
0-star Yelp review.
Exactly. I was like, did it get stolen in the middle of the night and it got dumped in some alleyway and then they found it and towed it? I'm like,
How dare someone try and steal the Dreadmobile?
Exactly, right? And so, I called them up, and of course, they're not open. So it's like, okay. They'll say, we'll open at 10. okay, fine, whatever. So I come back. I messaged my boss and I said, all right, I'll work from home for a little bit until they freaking open at 10. And so 10 o'clock rolls around. They're still not open. Finally, at 10:10, they answer the phone. And I said, okay, believe you have my vehicle? And they're like, oh, yes, yeah. And I said, by the way, was it towed from, and I mentioned my street name. And they said, well, yes, it was. I said, so you towed it from my parking spot? Like, yes, we did. Why? And
It
she
had that
says-
dread logo on it. It had to
Yeah,
go.
Exactly.
You're not a real judge.
Exactly, yeah. And so I said, why? And she said, oh, it was because it was parked backwards. I'm like, excuse me? And she said, yeah, it was parked backwards. I'm like, and I said, I've lived here for several years and have been parking that way for just as long. This all of a sudden was a problem? She's like, I don't know. That's just in our contract. And I was like, contract? She said, yeah, we're contracted with your HOA. We routinely patrol in the area. And I'm like, okay.
Out of all the cars,
Yeah.
why
exactly.
mine?
Exactly. Which, by the way, for the listeners, there are at least like 15 cars at any one time that are parked in the same exact direction as mine. They're parked backwards. And many of them are because of the way the carports are designed. There's a pole that's like right there. And if you pulled, nose in first, your door is right there in the middle of the pole. So you either have to, you either have to hope that your car is tall enough to be able to park, bumper over the sidewalk so that you can open your door, or you have to park back with the bumper sticking out from under the carport to open your door. Or if you're, you park at this weird like angle, you can kind of get the door open, and then you get to like squeeze, like crab walk out, woo, 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 like Zoidberg.
Yeah, he backed up. There was, dead cats underneath. So there's a visual aid for you people.
Right.
Rest in peace, kitty.
So,
Cat killer.
no!
This was the work of Satanists.
I thought cats have 9 lives.
Meanwhile, my cat's going, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Wait, did you not hear my joke?
I couldn't hear it. No.
I thought cats have 9 lives.
Oh, okay. I was like, hey, you get her head.
But Charles, he backed up like, 8 times, like, left with one.
Exactly, yeah. So anyway, get an Uber, go down there, get my car, and I tell them the same thing. It's like I wasn't aware this was against the rules, because I looked it up on our HOA rules and
Like
nowhere.
your CCNRs and bylaws.
Exactly, yes. I looked that up. Nowhere in there does it say there's ever a problem with backing into your parking spot. But of course, they've heard it all, and so they're not, going to give me the time of day, and it's like whatever, and I'm like fine. So paid the $285, got my car, went on about my day, went to work and everything.
But justice must be served.
Exactly. So when I got home, I took pictures of everything, and I sent it to the HOA. I don't hear anything back for at least a couple weeks. I think I said going on 3 weeks.
I think so.
Yeah,
3
that's what I
weeks.
said. Finally, I get word back. I guess she was out sick. The lady that runs the HOA, so she was out sick. She responds back, sorry, I was late getting back to you. You were correct. You should not have been towed. I've spoken with them. Here's the guy you need to speak to. He's expecting your call. Yeah, I'm like.
Meanwhile, Charles is suiting up like his judge armor, and he's getting ready to go to this.
Exactly.
We're getting ready for the action part of this story.
Double whammy.
Double whammy. Double whammy. One man rages a war. And a toad.
You have anything to say? It wasn't my fault.
I am
knew
the
you'd
law.
say that. I am the law.
You tow their trucks.
20 years.
20 years. Towing a judge's vehicle, 20 years.
Danny looks so lost right now.
Because I didn't hear what you said, but then I figured, okay, he said 20 years.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, Stallone. But anyway, anyway, so I drive down there after work, and after I called him, and the dude barely even remembered like what the heck we were talking about. I was like, "You just spoke with her. You just spoke with her. How have you forgotten?" But whatever.
The guy looked like a redneck and all that just behind
Oh,
the
yeah.
counter.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
fat Edgar.
I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you what.
Yeah, graying hair, and
Like
everything.
Deliverance almost.
Not quite that bad, but in that direction. Yeah,
or
yeah,
or
yeah.
Edgar Men in Black farmer.
Gave him
a break.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
So I drive down there, which by the way, that area of Phoenix, so wonderful.
Not as bad as downtown LA, right?
Not Skid Row.
No, not nearly as bad,
But
but
it will
still.
get there.
Yeah. So anyway, I drive down there and I pull in, and of course he's out there out front with this sport bike and this other dude that I guess works there.
It was Corey?
What?
It was Corey?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was wearing a blue jumpsuit, so maybe. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy about the refund." I'm like, "Yes, sir, I am." He's like, "All right." He's like, "All right, let me go get the password for this so I can get your refund. It was on a credit card, right?" I'm like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Okay." He leaves. I waited there about like 10, 15 minutes while he's trying to find the password for their computer system. Meanwhile, I happened to notice this note on the wall that said, minimum 5 cars per shift. Assistance, or towing assistance calls not counted towards minimum. And I got to thinking to myself, are you telling me that the reason why they towed my car was probably because some kid was on his shift and was like, "Oh shit, I need that last 5th car
I need to
minimum.
make my quota.
Exactly, make my quota." And he made up some bullshit excuse and it was like, "Okay, I'll grab that car," because he didn't want to grab the BMW that was here. He didn't want to grab the Jeep. He didn't want to grab the truck. He saw my little juke and was like, "Oh, okay, perfect." And
Next
grab
time you're
that.
just going to leave a sign on the windshield that just says, "Take this and you die."
Yeah, no
Asshole.
kidding. Yeah. You have 20
watching
seconds to
you.
comply.
It's just, I'll just use my laser pointer. It's just-
Yeah. So anyway, finally he comes back and he's like, "I can't find the password here.
I couldn't find a sticky note. I put the password on.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't find it, so we take cash instead." And I was like, "All right, sure." It was like, he said $285, right? I'm like, "Yes, $285." Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I was like,
those 10, 15 minutes Charles was waiting, he was having a banjo duel with some guy in the
yeah. Yeah, the dude with the sport bike came back.
Hey, about that, Joe. I had to come from where to go.
Yeah, copyright.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was it had a good ending, and it was kind of something to laugh about afterwards. But in the moment, you're just like, "What the heck is wrong with you guys?"
Many things, but we don't have time to talk about that.
Yeah, right. All right. So, what do y'all got? I know lots happened. So, actually, you know what, Sabrina?
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I guess most of my life just doesn't work. Honestly, I feel like I'm really boring. Oh, okay. Okay. So today I'm wearing a Clerks 3 shirt. That So everybody, poor Will.
I mean,
That's your own fault, man.
That is in no way or shape, form my fault.
For the art. You had months.
I did not have months.
Yeah, he did.
They announced this back in September.
Months. Hence.
Okay, a month and a half at most. Because they didn't add Phoenix right away. They announced the tour right away, but Phoenix didn't get added right away.
All right.
Well, it's actually probably a good thing you didn't come and try to get with the VIP passes, but we'll explain that in a second.
All right, go ahead, Sabrina.
But everybody but poor Will got to go to the Clerks 3 Roadshow.
The convenience tour. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was my first time seeing Clerks 3, so it was super special because Kevin Smith was in the audience too,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, after we watched it, he did a Q&A, and Joe got the very last question.
Hell yeah, I did.
Got that picture. Snap that sucker. Click.
I know. I haven't spoken to that man since the first when they did the Jay and Silent Bob Get Old tour around here. So
I was over there at Tempe Improv, right?
Yeah, Tempe Improv, and yeah. So I mean, 10 years later, wow, like talking to this guy again. So he probably won't fucking remember.
That's crazy.
But still,
That's cool.
no,
though.
that was good. So yeah, I got to ask my question, which was deleted scene that got from the original Clerks that basically got unusable because it got like shredded or whatnot, didn't turn out right. So Kevin Smith, he was just like, "That is a very good question, man. Now I gotta add that scene in one of my movies." So I was like,
And we're all like, yes.
Can we
go on.
can we get a scene in the movie, please?
Yeah, please. Go ahead, Samria.
So after that, obviously people before Joe asked questions, and there was one guy that even asked to be an extra on one of his.
Seriously?
movies.
Yeah, he did. And like, I guess this guy has gone through a lot in his life.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
what did he
gosh,
say?
his
Like
story.
4
So-
heart attacks or something like that.
Heart attack.
Yeah, when he was
surgery.
18.
A stroke. And it's just like, this poor guy's been through like hell and back. And he was a stand-up comedian, or he is a
Yeah.
stand-up comedian.
Mhm.
And so he asked, like, I can't remember the exact approach he used. It was a pretty good approach. And can I be an extra in the film? And Kevin Smith was like, sure, man. He's like, you show up when we're filming, you're in. And it's like he even took a selfie with him and
Yeah.
everything. And it's like,
Just so he can remember him, so that way
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I was the guy who asked to be the extra. He's like, oh yeah, cool, man.
exactly, yeah,
The proof.
exactly
Yeah.
the proof. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. No, his story was really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, so after that, after Joe being the last one to ask his question, we all then try to get into this long line.
Oh, this weird line. Yeah, it's like at first we were at the front of the line, and then somehow we ended,
We ended
up
up in the way back. That was the weird part.
Like the train and all that, but yeah, I was the only one up in the front because I was part of that Kevin Smith club.
Yeah.
I know
You
Joe got lucky, all up in the front, and then Charles, Vinny,
Well-
and I all in the back.
Well, he didn't get lucky. He pays for it.
Yeah.
You pay what you get.
Yes, but definitely, if you're not a member of that Kevin Smith club, you'll get like all these little notices in advance. It popped in like the day before. Let's all meet up, right before the venue, or the venue starts the show and all that. I was like, okay, so. I mean, basic membership is like $5, so
Oh,
an
really?
extra
Okay.
$5.
We'll
Yeah,
join.
you get access to like all of his old podcast episodes, like Fat Man on Batman. There was one with Kevin Conroy, may he rest in peace. That was a good one.
Mhm.
But then there's other ones that like Kevin does like read-alongs too. So there's like three comic book storylines. There was one with like Batman meets Swamp Thing, Justice League World War III, and then what was it, Rock of Ages, which that was a good one. But yeah, definitely, like, if you haven't signed up for that Kevin Smith Club, please, that's our sponsor. Go ahead.
But yeah, so then this will lead to where Vinny will have to say his
Okay.
piece.
Yeah, so, okay, let's first say Kevin Smith actually, instead of every single one of us getting our stuff signed individually, Kevin Smith walked up to every single one of us and just, like, was thanking his fans, appreciating them. And so for this event, I got a custom t-shirt done with my own drawing of Iron Bob, but unfortunately the shirt got destroyed, so you can kind of see it, but it looked like I've had it for years, which ticked me off because I spent $30 on this thing. So went to Staples, got the design printed onto 2 picture posters, and I had Kevin Smith sign that image. When Kevin saw it, he goes, "You drew that, man?" I'm like, "Yep." And he goes, "That's awesome. Hell yeah, I love that." And he signs it, the biggest signature out of all of us, all over this thing, and that's going on my wall soon. I got to get the pictures of me and Kevin Smith printed so I can hang it up with it. But here was the issue that happened to us. So, Danny, you would have ended up in the same circle as I did.
Not if I
It's-
bought my tickets in time.
Well, no,
But if in alternate reality, you were there, so go ahead.
So let me explain. It said that whoever bought the VIP pass could bring one special guest to get a photo op with Kevin Smith. The staff of the stand-up club were kicking everybody out who didn't have the VIP pass. I tried explaining it to the guy that I'm with these guys. They're allowed to bring one guest. And they're like, no, you have to pay for the VIP pass. If you don't have it, you're out. So they were forcing me out. And as the door is closing, I just, pull the silent Bob and give it the middle finger, just pissed off. Then there was this other woman with me with a bunch of merch. She was kicked out for the same excuse, and her husband's inside. So I'm trying to get answers for the both of us as to what the hell's going on. Next thing I know, I almost got face planted with the door because the husband came out pissed off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, straight up like, whoosh, my foot caught it and my face almost hit. I was just like, just like,
man,
that was that close, almost comedic. And
Jay from Clerks 2.
right.
What the fuck?
I got nothing.
What ended up happening was, the husband was pissed off. He's trying to tell her we're going to go because apparently this guy, the staff was giving this guy the stink eye, and he got fed up with it, flipped them off, threw the pass at them, and was getting ready to leave. Next thing I know, the guy who kicked me out, in the middle of this argument, holds up the pass to me and goes, "You're in." I'm like,
At least he remembered you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I was very grateful for him to do that, but at the same time, I was just like, what is going on? Because the wife got pissed off. Like, you're going to give somebody our pass that we paid for. And so I told him, I'm like, please contact me on my Instagram. I want to hear your story so we can try to converse this and try to explain this online to the stand-up saying, hey, we were under the different impression. So I took the pass, and these guys said this was a meant-to-be sign that I was meant to meet Kevin Smith. And I have never met a human being so embracing and so loving to his fans. It was like you knew him for years.
Yeah.
He hugs you like the way I hug people, and it got me emotional. Like, this guy hugged me 3 times. 3 times. The first embrace, then photos, and then telling him how much I appreciate his work and everything he's done, and for him to still be here. He got emotional, was just like, oh man, I appreciate you. And he just fucking bear hugs me.
Aw.
And then
And he's a big crier, too.
Yeah. me and him, like, I was about ready to cry.
In a post-COVID world, he's embracing fans, no matter what.
Yeah, he doesn't
I love
care.
that.
Yeah.
And so I had a copy of that picture I printed and signed it for him and gave it to him, and his face just melted. He was like, that's fucking cool, man. Oh, it just gives me a hug, one last hug, and I take off, and I'm just like happy and smiling and just
I did my part.
yeah.
And I didn't have to pay for VIP.
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah.
But I told Kevin Smith I'm going to be working on that Iron Bob design as an actual
Nice.
suit.
Yeah.
Because I want him to see that brought to life. I was just like, I told him it's Iron Bob 2.0. He's just like, hell yeah. So I'm hoping that
He's
I'll
like,
have
move along,
that done.
nerd. Come on.
All right, next up, hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. How you doing?
I'm kind of like crossing fingers and saying this to the universe, but I'm kind of hoping that if he sees this, he'll be like, you want a part in my movie, man? Like, I would love it if that happened.
It'd be epic.
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
He gives you a C&D for that. Iron Bob is my work.
Oh! But yeah, no, I agree. Like, he treats you like family, and that's so
Yeah.
cool. Like, you don't see that so often in, like, I'll say celebrities, and it was so funny too because it caught me off guard because when we went in there, he gives me a big old hug and everything. And he's like, here, man, like, get close, don't worry about it. He's like, touch whatever you want. And I was like, touch whatever I want. Wait, what?
Yeah, he said it all.
Yeah, give him a Dutch rudder and all that. Give him a reach around.
Yeah, and so
It's not gay.
and I just put my arm around him. He throws his arm around me, and I'm just like, doing like the point, like, oh my gosh,
He's like,
yeah, well, pretty much like, because at one point he switched during the photos. He switched to look at me, and I was like, I didn't even notice when he did that.
He's like a ninja with photo ops. Like, I didn't even have time to pose. I just got stuck in this like kissy face, like doing like the Grinch pose from the poster. But he was just like, first minute standing up, the next he's leaning into me. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, this is the
exactly.
closest
Like
I've
he
ever
changed
been.
poses with the flashes of the camera.
Yes, he did.
I didn't even have, I didn't
No,
even have
there
time to
wasn't even, like,
process.
yeah.
Yeah, the guy was a ninja. And Sabrina, to tell about yours.
Oh my gosh. So, well, I'll also say, so because I'm a big gamer and I work in the industry, I had him sign his game, Mallrats Mall Brawl. which you guys need to play it at some point.
We definitely will.
I need a Switch to play it
Yeah, so I had him sign that, and that was super cool.
on my own.
Christmas gift.
Hey,
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me, man.
hey,
I just said, don't look at me.
hey.
Joe's over here just like raising middle fingers at him like, no.
But yeah, so during my photo op, I talked to him more about that. I was like, oh my gosh, well, I'm in the industry, and so, like, if you're creating another video game, like, I would love to help out on that. And he said, yeah, message me on Twitter and stuff like that. And, yeah.
Danny's face.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny, moving to Jersey.
Come with us, Danny. We're going to New Jersey, man.
So, but during my photo op, obviously, yeah, he gave the best of hugs. He, at the end, the last hug, he gave me a kiss on the cheek at the end. I was like, ah!
Look at Danny's face.
And that's I just
You
caught
can
it.
hear that. You can distinctly hear that defeated choir in Danny's head.
What?
It's that meme when like someone's like by themselves and they're just defeated. They just hear like that choir.
You
okay,
mean
yeah.
the shell shock one where they're just like staring off into the distance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one.
Okay, yeah.
Danny's just sitting there like, damn.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's exactly. Yeah, I was
Better
like, come
one,
on.
that's a better one.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, but he did, I just stayed the same position for the whole time for the photos, and he looked at me
Same.
for one of the photos.
Yeah,
That
same.
was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
One of the cool parts about his merch booth is everything there was signed. It didn't matter what it was. They had the Moobies mascot Funko Pop for $50.
What?
I thought of you, and I was like, nah, he probably has this.
No, I don't.
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Could have asked her, you know.
Yeah,
so-
you could have asked her. Does he have this?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Sorry, man. But you know what, though? You could go on their website. They still have
I
that
know,
pop.
yeah. Like I'm shopping for both myself and for others on the Jane
but
Silent
primarily
Bob
for
website.
myself.
Do you know what to get me?
I got Joe covered. That's it. Well, okay, I have
Okay.
Joe covered. I know I'm getting Sabrina. I just need you two need a cover.
Okay, so I do have a few things I took photos of and some ideas of what I want, so I'll send that to you guys in the
Okay.
group chat.
Yeah, we're
But-
all doing like a little like holiday gift exchange. We did a white elephant like last year, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So I was just like,
yeah.
okay, let's just keep doing this for each other.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
I would. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna give gifts to each other, and then the white elephant, or I think Secret Santa.
I don't think we've officially done like
Secret,
Secret Santa. I think
yeah.
I
I
would
would
just like gift exchange.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say white
Because we did the Secret Santa 2 years ago when we all met up at Tempe Marketplace.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
But-
you weren't a part of that.
But I would say with like our group, we should do a white elephant.
Yankee swap.
90% of these are from Spencer's.
Oh, not me, fools! I could do.
say not mine.
My golden rule is this.
Underwear. Take a bite out of it, Vinny.
Ooh, tastes like cherry.
Oh,
Sally,
what a
what's in
lovely tea
yours?
party.
Nuts, and they're magically delicious.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
But my golden rule for like white elephant is if there's something cool that I want that I know everybody would love to have, that's what I buy. That's always my golden rule,
Yeah.
and it never fails.
Okay.
And whatever you do for White Elephant, not prevent disaster from happening. Don't ever put the Red Rider, BB gun up there. Oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't.
Oh my gosh! I shut my eye out.
yeah.
You weren't there for that event.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
tragic.
Well, people were like grabbing it, and they're like the Santa Claus, ho ho ho.
Stereo.
It was insane, Sabrina. Yeah.
Oh my
So there was like a large white elephant gift, like gift exchange done, and somebody brought. Was it you brought that?
I bought the Red Rider BB gun, and what's funny is they got mad at me for going over the price budget. I'm like, you guys are going the cheapest I've ever seen at any white elephant party.
Yeah.
But no, the people
ended
that
up with
usually
a-
fought for it was like a bunch of 40, 45 plus year olds
Oh.
and
Where
acting
was
like
this?
it's a
Bunch of nerds.
acquaintance and all that.
Okay.
Good friends, but a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha. One of those infamous Christmas parties I never went to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, where 99% of the gifts were like pretty cool, and then I ended up with a stinking calendar.
And then
Yeah.
that one guy got the Dick Candy Cane, right?
Somebody.
we'll tell you about that
Yeah,
later.
we'll
Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember somebody brought their own Star Wars collectible action figures from home, and I was like, "You cheap asses! Like everybody else is pitching in to buy something. You took something from your collection. You ended up taking back home.
Oh my
That
god.
is
That's true. Yeah, they
ridiculous.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
To break up the talk real quick, small breaking news in the world of entertainment.
Oh,
The official title for Scream 6 has been leaked.
Oh,
I mean, it's what you would expect, but it's still cool.
don't say it.
okay.
Fascinating.
I mean, yeah, it's what you would expect, but like I like how they designed that. I think that's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah,
All right, now back to Kevin
back
Smith.
So sorry, like that's the basis of the podcast. Any new breaking news in the world of entertainment we cover. I was like, oh, that just popped up.
So I think the bottom line with all of us is that if you ever get a chance to go see Kevin Smith, please do it. This is an opportunity you cannot miss. Kevin Smith is one of the coolest human beings you'll ever meet.
I just heard an echo
Well,
as you were speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
Whoa.
also, like, Joe, you had some cool stuff happen, too,
Oh, yeah.
during that.
Oh shit! Now we're getting back to me. Okay.
Yeah,
uh,
tell us.
So after the Q&A and everything, I move in line with all that Kevin Smith club members and all that, and we're just kind of chatting. I mean, most of these guys came from Ireland. One of them came from Boston,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was amazing. Other ones came
Wow.
from L.A. So we're all like conversing and everything, and one of Kevin Smith's assistants, she's like, "Hey, we'll bring you guys into this room." So I'm sure this will be released soon, and I'll post it and all that on my Instagram. But yeah, so we're in this room, and this is part of the Wake and Bake podcast. And so what Kevin Smith does is that he's in this room, and you're basically like you're in this as he's like introducing, like, hey, this is the people from that Kevin Smith club, here with all the members and all that from the Phoenix area and all that. So he goes around, telling us name and what's our location and all that. I mean, when he said Mesa, Arizona, I'm like, we're gonna take that bit and put it into this podcast. But he was really cool. Like, he got to like know us a little more. So again, like, one of the perks about all this. So we're all in here. He's doing this. It went on for like a good like 5 or 10 minutes and all, and he goes around. He gives us like signed copies of the Quick Stops comic book, which was really cool.
Nice.
And yeah, we got to. I mean, me and this other guy, we had like the hockey jerseys. He had the Clerks one. I had the Quick Stop one. And he's actually from Mesa too, so that was really cool.
Oh, right.
Nice.
But so when we did our pictures and everything, going back, harken back to all the signing he does. Initially, Kevin Smith signs one copy per guest and everything. So I had this comic book, Tales from the Clerks, this out-of-print comic book, and showed it to him. And, he did a signing, but then he saw my Dogma Blu-ray, and I was like, oh, crap, I was just kind of, debating, like, which one should I have signed? But he's like, hey, man, I'll do it. And so he, takes the copy and he signs the Dogma. And he's like, by the way, man, that was a very great question, with Vinny. I'm going to have to talk to Vincent Pereira on that one. So there was someone who mentioned you. So I was like, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Shake his hand again and walked out. So we did the pictures and everything. Kevin Smith, forget one of his shows, somewhere around like the East Coast, I think. And he said, one of them, hey, everyone, bring your mothers and all that. Fortunately, my mother, she passed away 2011. So I took this little picture and went up to him and I was like, hey, man, I saw your video with your mom, Grace. Here's this picture with my mom and all that. This was my movie buddy and all that who got me, introduced and all this other stuff. He's like, oh, man, like, yeah. So this is kind of like your dad, you and all that, introducing you to movies and all. He's like, man, I appreciate that, dude. And then of course a long hug and all that, like tear from both of us and all that. And so with him, he actually held the picture, of my mom and me as a baby and all that. And so I was like, oh damn. Yeah. So anyone out there, yeah, with Kevin Smith. Of course, unfortunately, Stan Lee is gone, but this guy is carrying like the mantle. This one who appreciates his fans. But yeah, Kevin Smith is this generation's Stan Lee. So please, and for someone to actually beat his heart attack and all that, and with borrowed time that we have, please take the time, watch his movies, get to know him a little more. He's basically like us. He brings his fans to the journey and all that. And yeah, you have the naysayers out there, but hey, at least he was the everyman who started from. I mean, hell, if you watch Clerks, anyone can make a movie like that.
We could.
Yeah.
We
want
like
to.
that mini clip, in the Clerks style.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
So, going back, so funny enough, this is
Right
a side
before
note.
Halloween.
Right before Halloween, there was this little event that happened at a local terror market called Terror Trader.
Woo.
And so, there's a shout out to you people. And so, what happened was that there was this little area in their shop that's like takes its cues from like all the old video rental places and everything, like Suncoast, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. And so we just filmed this little, I don't know,
Like
minute
2 minute scene, basically.
Yeah, minute and a half, 2 minute scene. And me with the skills, video skills, I just kind of chopped it up, turned it black and white, grained it a little bit, like as kicking it to the Clerks movie and all that. What's funny was, while we were doing this behind the counter and taking pictures and all, it was you could say that Vinny was kind of like the Dante Hicks of this clip, and Danny here was the Randall because he had the backwards cap and the smock. And so he's like, and so we're filming this, and holy crap, like we had like just 4 people who were kind of intrigued, like we're like filming this, as filming on our phones and all. They were like, "This is kind of cool. Like, is this gonna end up in like a little fan film?" Like, no.
And they were
It
silent
could
too.
eventually.
Yeah, they were silent. They weren't like let's all walk by and all that and interfere and all that. No, they were like really intrigued with the scene. So even the Terror Trader people, once I tagged that video, and they were like, "That's pretty cool. What was it about?" And I was like, "It was Clerks." So whenever I go there, there's like, "Oh, hey, it's that Clerks guy with the hockey jersey." So yeah.
Next time, Danny, we need to dress up as Jay and Silent Bob and just hang out,
Stand up front.
stand out front and
Selling weed.
This is how we did shit in the 90s,
little
son.
man, put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show you owe me, oh we owe my jungle love. Oh we owe.
I'm over here acting as
And
Silent
we're
Bob, just
copyright
dancing around.
Nice one.
I'm surprised I remembered all that.
Well, I mean, you are in the theater industry. I would hope you're.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't watched like Jane Silent Bob Strike Back as much as like some of the other ones. I'm like, okay, I got that one.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, it
Nice.
starts soon.
No, I know.
For someone talk to me for 30 years.
I'll talk to you in 5. Like even Vinny, like I'll like just like randomly spout like a movie quote for like an extended period of time. You're like, you remember that? Like, yeah.
That's with all of us. Yeah, with any like lines. I mean, hell, we in one of our chats, like how we survived work was this whole like tirade of like Tim Allen's Santa Claus.
Yeah. Chris Kringle. Name Santa Claus. Okay, Calvin. Maybe a few hours in the clink will
Photoshopping my face onto Santa Claus, and I fully embrace it.
That's one of the things. You're ever friends with me and you post a picture, you're SOL.
Santa Claus.
No one's safe.
Bob. Jack Black and anything.
Yeah. It cracks me out because I see the gif of when Tim Allen all of a sudden gets the quick beard, but it's my face on it, and I just reply with a voice vocal going, "I'm in big trouble."
Mm-hmm. A little late.
oh, you're-
a little late to you.
You're already in trouble. You said GIF.
Yes.
It's GIF, motherfucker.
Like the peanut butter? Like the peanut.
It's GIF. GIF.
Oh gosh.
GIF.
Go again. This was like
Anyway.
8 episodes ago.
This was the first episode. Bill we will die on.
Keep going.
All right.
Get over it.
Okay, all right. You know
All right.
what? So you had a Black Friday thing that you wanted to talk about. So
Yeah. Let me get to it. Anyway, so with Black Friday, everybody knows it's the day for shopping, sales, and whatnot. I had a pretty good luck with some of the stuff I needed to get.
And for once, it was actually on Black Friday, not 6 p.m. Thanksgiving Day.
yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm glad they changed that. But what's weird though is I went to Walmart for the Black Friday sales on movies, and there's no racks for movies.
Yep.
So I'm
They're
like,
like
Oh.
bins or something like
yeah,
that.
there's
these
supposed to be the
little
cardboard
display,
bins.
yeah.
There's supposed to be the cardboard bins that show up that show all the tags.
Like
so
the
I
green,
asked,
yellow, all the colors.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So
And
so I asked the staff, and I was like, "Where are the movies?" They go, "Oh, that was last week."
wait.
Yeah, Walmart does like they do
Yeah.
like month long Black Friday deals. Like
They-
they do different deals either each week or like they do like oh the this first week is the DVDs. The next month the
Mhm.
next week we do DVDs and then we do like like home appliances.
Right.
And the third week they do like electronics and so
But
on
it's
and so forth.
it's such a weird concept though that they only did it for the week beforehand instead of doing it on the day of. And even when I went down the aisles, you can see the Black Friday movies are put back on the rack with the tag still on. So I'm like, what the hell was the
well,
point
you
then?
can probably still get the discount then if they
No,
still
you
have
can.
the.
Yeah, you still can't get the discount because the tag's on it.
Mhm.
But I just thought that was a little bit redundant that you got rid of it.
It's not that they got rid of it. It's just I think when they adapted for COVID and they like, okay, well instead of doing one night with a bunch of people locked up in a store, we'll just do a month long Black Friday deals. And I think that is smart. But you know we're getting out of it a little bit. Maybe we can go back to the one night.
Right.
deals
So
thing.
just to clarify and all that, we're basically on the verge. I mean, now with post COVID and all that, with streaming services now and digital copies, we're now in the turning point, which could lead to the end of soft copies and all that
Stupid.
for
I prefer hard copies anyways.
Same.
for all the media stuff. So
Hey, Charles, we
enjoy
can
it while
tell
it
that
can.
you're a hard copy fan.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh,
two
dude,
shelves
yeah.
worth.
Two shelves. I don't even have everything up. I need to get a better replacement shelf for this one so that I can fill it because the shelf is starting to bow in this one. I was like, oh yeah,
I can see it.
yeah. So it's like I gotta get either one like this or another one.
I need
Um,
something like that one.
Yeah. I think I saw one that it's a little expensive. It's like $200, but the base is a lot wider though. This one is nice, but the base is very shallow on it. So you have to you see how I have the tacks in the back of it to keep it from falling forward.
I
but-
prefer shallow though because it looks a lot more proper. Because then you got all that shelf space. It's like you're stacking like 3 to 4 extra spaces of DVDs.
I meant for the base.
the
Shallow
base,
for the
yeah.
base.
yeah, so like
Okay.
this is the support that doesn't top
Right.
over.
At least with this other one that I have, it has a much wider base, and then I took one of the unused shelves and then jammed it under it, so it extends the foot pad even further.
okay.
So it's
Yeah.
less likely to tip. So I like that. I just wish that it was more durable in the shelf strength like this
Mhm.
other one that I have.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, I still am finding good sales. After this, I gotta go back out after we eat to go continue shopping because there's a lot I gotta go do.
Hey, you got a 3-day weekend, man.
I take this stuff seriously. Like tomorrow, I gotta go help my family get the Christmas stuff down, put the Halloween stuff up, and start decorating this weekend.
Yeah, I need
And
to get
then-
my tree up.
And then just it's the holiday seasons, man. This is my serious go time. This is where I'm like on my own solo mission, just driving around like a crazy person.
For me, my parents bought a new tree this year, and we saw it yesterday at my parents' house, and then they
Yeah.
gave me their old tree. So me and my roommate carted it into our apartment. We just have to put it up. But then, oh no, I left those. Okay, so my dad, when he first gave me the tree, gave me a box, like a storage box full of old Godzilla ornaments that we collected over the years.
Oh,
so
cool.
And then yesterday, he gave me like 4 more in a little bag, and I put it by my shoes at my parents' house. I left it there yesterday. So me, Sabrina, and Charles went over to my parents' house yesterday for Thanksgiving, which that was a really, really nice Thanksgiving.
It was.
Yeah.
And which happened
Thanks
to
for the
be.
invite.
Oh my gosh.
You were down the street. You could have walked over.
Yeah, he was literally like 2 or 3 houses down. Like you just go out your house, go down like 2 houses.
Hey Joe, you want to come over?
Nah, I have loving family and all that, so that's why I'm sticking it with them, man.
My family, I love my family, but man, there's always drama. Drama.
You just hate that.
It's like, come on, this is one time of year we get together. Do we have to really start stressing over dinner and who's
Like,
cooking in the
here comes
kitchen?
the political aunt and uncle. Here we go.
Thankfully, I didn't have such thing. The only weird comment I got from my aunt. So this was the first time like my aunt has met Sabrina.
Oh no!
And my aunt is she's a kind soul. She's very special. She's
Oh,
a kind
no.
soul. So
but
it was right before she left. Like, Danny, you have a nice girlfriend there. Oh, thanks, Betsy. I hear wedding bells. Oh my God, Betsy!
Meanwhile, I'm just there like the dude with the glass of water, just like.
no, you're the guy with the glass of water going.
I'm gonna add so many things, but that's gonna be off the air.
But anyway, so then after that, we spent like 2 hours at my place. Charles and Sabrina really just chatting up with my parents and my family. It was really nice. And then after that, finally headed over to Joe's sister's place, and we just hung around the fire for like 2 hours. It was
2
nice and
hours. It was
chill.
good. Like
That's
just
nice.
like
Yeah.
kick back, relax by the
Smell like
It was
smoke
really
the next
nice.
day.
I wish I was
yeah.
there.
My flannel still smells like smoke.
Dude,
I
yeah,
love
my
that.
shirt, like kind of does
That
from the
is-
fire pit. So
That is my favorite smell of all time. When your clothes smell like just
Campfire
burnt-
smoke?
Yeah,
Campfire,
campfire wood.
yeah.
I love that
it's
smell.
more dusty, dude.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the last 3 weeks, not including this week we're recording, but the last previous 3 weeks, I was in a production of Grease with Mesa Encore Theater. And yes, I had done a small, like, festival of short plays back in July. I did a musical workshop of Back to the Future with another theater. But this was my first full musical in 3 years, because like during COVID I had done like live streamed productions, which, hey, I was still doing theater, but like that's not the ideal way to do theater. So like being on stage, being amongst the cast, it was amazing to be a part of that process again. Of course, I left theater 3 years ago, and I left the drama behind. I come back 3 years later, the drama is still in full force. There's always
Theater
someone,
drama sucks.
There's always someone or something in a production that will cause drama.
Oh my God! I can't work like this. I'll be in my trailer.
Sir, you don't have a trailer.
Go back.
That's how the drama is.
Give me a trailer.
For theater, no, you have the green rooms. For film and TV, you probably have like trailers. But
Right, but you get the point
no,
though.
I
Like,
get your point. Yeah, we had a. I'll try and keep names and keep vagueness as much as I can, but we had
Everybody
two
in the
individuals-
cast.
No, I would say there was only like a few people who were like the causes of the drama or like the problems we were having on stage. I'm not going to name names, but there were two individuals.
But you
in
will
the-
be tagged and hashtagged.
There were two individuals in particular as part of the male cast who were definitely causing some heavy part of the drama for us, and there were some female cast members who were causing drama in that side of the green room, but
It was a Jerry Springer, skit. So
Jerry Springer skits.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we closed this past Sunday, and it was just a fun show to be a part of again. Which I feel like you told me this years ago, but it was still nice. Like Joe here, when he was in high school, he was a part of a production of Grease.
Yeah, I was back at Highland High. I did when I played duty. So all the lyrics and everything from the songs, it still carries with you and all.
Yeah, apparently,
But I
like, come back out, like, Charles, like, yeah, Joe's, like, singing and doing the dance moves in the audience. Like, really?
yeah. Dude, it stays with you and all that. Of course, when you have, like, your mom who's a fan of, the Grease movie, I mean, it sticks with you. And so what was cool about us, I mean, had a little water gun, because, he has a water gun in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I had it, I fired it at the audience. So it was like, it's
That's
just
cool.
water, guys. Like, So so it was kind of funny when they asked us to, and this was like 2003, 2002.
Wow.
And they were,
Wow.
so they were just like, hey, does anybody, you don't mind getting like sprayed with water? And then like we just asked the audience, they're like, no, that's fine, and all that. So it was like, okay, so let's roll the thing, dun, 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 and then here comes the Grease, play. But yeah.
And what one funny thing is, I think it was that either opening night or Saturday night. I called my dad before I go to the show, and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, you want to go see this movie next weekend?" "Oh yeah, we're coming tonight." I'm like, "Oh, sweet, my parents are gonna be there." I hang up. The wave of realization comes out. I was like, "Oh, my parents are gonna meet Sabrina."
About
Dun,
damn
dun.
time.
No, like we had a plan. Like we were gonna,
Yeah.
like the four of us were gonna go out to dinner. We would have a nice like conversation. They would formally get to meet her. No, we're meeting her at the opening weekend of my show.
Meanwhile, you just see this kid pacing back and forth, like, oh Jesus, they're coming, they're coming.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, what are we gonna do? And so, okay, I do remember this because it was hilarious from both Danny and Sabrina. So, out comes Sheila and what's your dad's name again? Terry. Terry?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're out there in the hallway, and one of Danny's friends, Noah, they all come out, they're all congratulating Danny and all that in the play and all that. So there's this moment that Danny comes out, and Sabrina and her friend Tara were like standing. I'm like, go up to them. And it was kind of like the, Preston Fingers moment, like,
Yeah, that's what it felt
I'm like,
like.
they're not going to bite your head off. Like, I know. But I'm just like, Danny, go up there, take her and all that. This is the moment. So next thing you know, magic moment happened. He introduces, and she like, oh, hi, very warm, welcoming and all that. And Sabrina's like, whew, like that nervousness is just washed away. Like, oh, thank God she doesn't, hate me and all that.
Exactly.
So there's hope for my son. But it was a nice heart or thing to witness and all that. Us like three of us guys. We hear the wedding bells, like, uh-oh. Like, here it comes.
I mean, thankfully they both seem to like you, so
I'm
we're
glad.
good.
Yeah, you didn't screw it up, so.
Me and my dad yesterday says like, so you haven't run away yet.
Leave now, child.
Are you sure? Now's your chance.
It's a trap.
Which like, okay, so like these guys know I do a pretty good Homer Simpson's impression. And then, like,
Yeah.
I learned how to do it from my dad, and I told these two, Charles and Sabrina, like, yeah, you're gonna hear that tomorrow. So like, yeah, like my dad does something like really quick, like, yeah, I told you guys you would hear, like, yeah, like I told him like you do like a great Homer Simpson. He's like, yeah, I do my best, but it's just a little long in the tooth there doing something like that. These Charles and Sabrina are just losing it.
Yeah.
So good.
It was so good. Yeah, you did a really great job.
What's eerie, man, are those videos I edit with your voice in it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like recent,
God.
like within the last few months, like Joe has taken like the Homer impressions I do in our group chat, and he'll like splice it with a scene from Homer, and just like, yeah, I'm Homer Simpson, man.
That just remind me of just before Thanksgiving came up, the splicing you guys did of me as the Grinch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is great. I didn't realize that Charles had a great singing voice.
Oh yeah.
So Charles does like this little mock lyric of you're on mean one, Mr. Grinch.
He goes, "You're a mean one, Mr. Vince."
So, Vinny, he has there was this video that Vinny has, and then he does like the little Grinch smile and all that. He has a mean mug first, but then he does like a Jim Carrey like wide grin, or Jack Black thinking something evilly,
So they want to get to know me, hey? They want to spend a little quality time with the Grinch. I guess I could use a little.
So,
social
okay.
interaction.
In stereo.
So the great thing about that, I'm editing that on my phone in the warehouse, and I'm laughing my ass off. And with three of the guys who I work with, John, Jose, and Joey. Yeah, I know, three Josephs and all that in this warehouse. And so they're just like, "What the hell are you laughing at, man?" And I'm like, "Take a look at this shit, man." And so I found an instrumental copy of like a Mean One, Mr. Grinch song, and I paired it up with Charles's lyrics, and they just started. That's pretty damn funny. And then I put it with Vince. I carried his expression where he's all grumpy, Mr. Vince. And so he does a smile. It's flawless, but it's funny as hell.
I'm over here trying to watch this shit and laugh, and meanwhile, my coworker is like, "Get off your phone, man! You're always on your phone." Like they're always such grouches over there. I'm just like,
I totally get it, But if you get the work done by the end of the day, it's no,
what do you?
it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
And then it was last week or two weeks ago, we all went to breakfast, and that's where Joe showed us the video. And then at the table, we're all just like coming up with like new lyrics, like "You're as cuddly as Jack Black as you're a charming space ranger,
What?
Mr. Grinch."
Yeah.
What was this?
that was at
Table.
Crackers. Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
It was brief, but yeah, no, we tried to like extend the lyrics and all that, but it was pretty funny.
And then later that day at Crackers, this I do remember, we were doing the shots from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, so we're outside. Okay, preface. I had hurt my back at the show, so like I'm walking so slowly and I'm like leaning on the ground, like trying to stretch out my back.
Toby Maguire over here going, "My back,
My back. So like I'm like squatting on the ground trying to stretch my back. These guys start doing this scene from Dumb and Dumber where Harry lights his foot on fire at the gas station.
My eyes go cross-eyed, and I look at Danny. I'm like, "For God's sake, just give me the damn number!" He loses it.
I can't breathe. Like, guys, stop my back.
Yeah,
if we could
he's doubled over on the ground, like he's just like crying in pain and also laughing his ass off.
Just the laughing scene at the diner just comes to mind. The idiot laugh.
We were just dying. Joe makes the best edit of me with my foot on fire.
Yeah, that was
You
good.
see me in the corner of the picture just doubled over on the ground.
Danny's over here wailing, going, "My back! My back!"
It's like, guys, stop!
I felt so bad, but I felt so good to laugh at it. Oh my God.
Oh man.
We lost Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny's gone bye.
Don't worry.
What have you guys
we'll
got?
get recreations of Dumb and Dumber with Danny as Lloyd.
Because like we're such big fans of like several movies, like Dumb and Dumber, Clerks, just sort of like two examples. Me and Vinny fit the quotas of like the
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. Another example.
This is how we do it.
We fit the characters so well for some of these like duo movies. Like we want to
Elias and
recreate.
Coltrane.
Oh my God.
You guys, just go, man. Oh, that sure feels warm.
Serena, this is who you're dating.
I know.
There's so many
fully well aware.
There's so many scenes we all just want to film and recreate this holiday season because some of these movies do take place in colder
Yeah.
weather. so-
yeah.
And just when I
Exactly.
thought you possibly couldn't get any dumber, you do this. And totally redeem yourself! Aspen!
Oh yeah! Woohoo!
This generation's R2D2 C3PO.
I'm C3PO. Let's get that clear.
Yeah. He's like, I'm the one that's useful.
Yeah, I'll take R2 any day.
Oh my god!
Watch
There
it.
goes the waveform.
Yeah, giant peak right there. Be sure to lower that in editing.
Oh man!
We'll just have a little R2D2 run across the screen from doing that.
Just poke Vinny in the belly. Now comes a lightsaber at the top of his head.
Oh man!
All right.
All right, I think that just about wraps up this episode of the Petty Cash Podcast.
Let's get to the
Oh my god!
Are we recording this episode high? No.
All right.
Someone released the laughing gas in here.
I swear. I'm like, I have a gas detector. You know, it's not going off. So this is all him. All right.
Joker
Oh my gosh. All right. So this wraps up this episode of the Petty Cash Podcast. I'm Charles, and if I can get
I'm Vinny.
Joe.
Sabrina.
And Danny.
and remember, slow down. Chew your food.